I need it. I'm telling y'all, lock it in.
I need a sports podcast. I need it now.
Welcome back to the I Need It Sports Podcast. Your host with the most, Bryce. My dog Swann cheesing ear to ear. Dog Cam. Eric is already in the comments letting us know. Go ahead. What that say, Swann? Oh man. Yes. The boys are back for our final 2024-25 NFL episode. And my Chiefs got their ass completely whooped by the Philadelphia Eagles this past Sunday in Super Bowl 59. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. Swann, look, man, let's just get straight to it. The floor is yours. Your victory lap, man. Your team got it. You told us all year long. I know everybody was blowing up your phone all year long. You kept telling them, keep doubting. Y'all gonna win the chip. I got the chip. You got the bragging rights, man. Go ahead.
Man, all I'm gonna say is to all 40 people, I had like 40 or 50 people Sunday morning text me nonsense talking about I got Chiefs by a field goal. Chiefs by a field goal. I said, okay, I ain't mad at it. You got your and main them Cam. I hate to say it, bro, but a lot of people who text me telling me that stuff were Texans fans telling me that. I kid you not, they were never Texans fans. I was like, okay,
I'm sorry about that.
It's all good. It was Texans fans and Cowboys fans telling me that. Then when the game was over, everybody, dang, Cam, I'm sorry for doubting you all season long, bro. It's okay, man. Jalen Hurts, he balled out. We thought Saquon was gonna carry the whole entire game. He balled out. I was like, y'all need to stop that narrative. If Jalen Hurts can't throw, he can throw, man. Like, I'm tired of it. But I'm glad the game now he started getting the respect he deserves, man.
Yeah, he got it, man. I mean, he's the first QB to be drafted since Mahomes has gotten a Super Bowl. Obviously, Burrow made it, lost. Lamar, Josh Allen have not made it. Any other quarterback that's been drafted since, while they might have hype, potential, however you want to phrase it, nobody's got to this level. And Jalen Hurts now got 2 Super Bowls under his belt. He's played 2 great Super Bowl games. One was a loss. This one was a dub in dominating fashion, man. I mean, the rules are the rules. I mean, Joe Burrow's been getting credit for 4 years for just beating Mahomes, but losing the Super Bowl. Hurts beat him in the Super Bowl. I know they're gonna be like, Eagles got a super team, but I'm just saying. But we'll save that conversation a little bit later. We'll get into all that. Eric said crazy things Garrett could be going. If Howie Roseman signs Myles Garrett after this, bro.
The crazy part is
my boycotting the league. Oh man, we got to boycott the league for real, bro.
We got the cap space to do it. That's the crazy part.
Man, Myles Garrett, please don't do it. You know you want to be a Chief. Come team up with Chris Jones. So we don't have to rely on the Spags Blitz no more.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Carter Williams and Garrett with Davis.
And hey, all Hurts does is win. Haters can say what they want. I mean, Lamar's got great teams. He can't win.
And you can't
despite what Bills Mafia will try to tell you, they got great teams. Josh can't win.
You can't say anything either because Jalen Hurts is like the only QB who went through so many coordinators. He just lost another coordinator.
Yeah, he's about to be on his 5th now in 6 years.
I think it's 6th coordinator. I think.
Damn.
He went through so many coordinators.
I get, like Cam said earlier, there's only one of 32 head coaching spots available. And I know obviously that's a dream for a lot of these coordinators to get that. But I'm also a firm believer in taking the job that's right for you and not set up to fail. I feel like Kellen Moore finna be set up to fail in New Orleans. Terrible cap situation, terrible roster. Saints team hasn't done anything in the past, 5-6 years now since Breeze has been gone. And it's going to be a hard rebuild. And it's just like, if that rebuild don't, go very smooth, like you see a turnaround, like, Washington was in a rebuild this year, but they got Jane Daniels. Next thing you know, they in the NFC Championship. Hurts. When Philly got Hurts, I mean, it was a semi-rebuild. Got rid of Peterson. In comes Sirianni a couple years ago. They made the playoffs 4 years in a row. If it don't go like that, he probably gonna be out the job in another 3 years, dog. And it's just like you can stay coordinator. Y'all obviously got a good thing going, but hey, more power to him. I'm not mad that he took the job. I don't see the benefits of taking the Saints head coaching job. I feel like it's a reason we got all the way to this point and that job was still available because nobody wanted that. I mean, Joe Brady took himself out of the running. Cliff Kingsbury took himself out of the running. Nobody wanted that job because nobody knows where that franchise is going. They got no point of direction right now. And like I said, Cap is in hell. So,
I say they ain't extremely. Then Alvin Kamara won out. So
well, one, y'all got y'all's revenge. You got y'all's lick back. What was your favorite play from the game? Was it the pick six or something Jalen Hurts did?
I think the biggest play had to been the pick six. Like you getting that right there. Like was the game changer right there because you getting a pick six on your birthday as a rookie and your first career interception and your first career touchdown. That's probably
That was
like
his first career interception?
the whole
I didn't even
season.
know that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Damn,
because
that's a
Quinyon
crazy
Mitchell
spot to
didn't
get
get
your
one.
first interception.
Yeah, Quinyon Mitchell didn't get one until I think it was against the Rams or I think it was the Rams. They were either Rams or against the Commanders. This Cooper's first career pick and pick six on your birthday. That's a game changer right there.
No, that is a game
As a
changer.
second rounder on top of that.
Yeah, I mean Howie been hitting in the draft for years, and like you said, whatever magic he's working with the cap space, they can sign anybody and everybody every single year.
But I think the biggest takeaways in that game, like if I had to say key players, I had to say Milton Williams, uh, Jalex Hunt, and Cooper DeJean was like the top three in my opinion on defense. Them three, and they
Williams
all
and Hunt
young.
destroyed Caliendo
Like Milton
all
Williams
game.
went crazy.
Golly.
Even Josh Sweat had a redemption as well.
Hey, my auntie said you need to talk your shit.
Look, hey, I've been talking all day. You know what I'm saying? All weekend. I lost my voice screaming at the game. Ask my line brothers. I was screaming to you the whole time.
I'm dead.
Nah, I gotta keep it calm.
But yeah, man, y'all got it done. Kim, what's your thoughts on it? How you feeling? What'd you see this Sunday?
I tell you what, yeah, that Eagles defense is for sure something serious. When you can only send 4 and you could get pressure like just by sitting,
52%.
just sitting, just by sending 4, that's insane. But even when they wasn't getting pressure, I don't know what was going on with Pat. Obviously wasn't his best game, or we're not. Kelsey couldn't get nothing going. Xavier already had a quiet 8 reception, like 100-something yards with 2 touchdowns.
That final touchdown they got,
that was beautiful.
Can we please install that back into the offense next year? For the love of God, we don't have Alex Smith anymore. We have Patrick Mahomes. Throw that bitch. My goodness.
Y'all run defense came to play. Completely took Saquon out the game, and when you know what I say about Jalen Hurts and Lamar forced him to pass and make these throws. Hey man, I gotta give Jalen Hurts his credit. He fucking did it. He fucking did it, man. He fucking did it.
I should have brought up the clip from when we argued about top 10 QBs headed into the season, and you and Swann got into it. Swann, you heard it. He got you your apology.
Look, man, he did it, man. So yeah, I can't say nothing too bad about Jalen. But with the Chiefs, I will say this though. The play call was horrible, but with all that being said, with all that being said,
shoot, the Dolphins need to be smacking themselves. They're the ones who wanted to get rid of them. All them players was afraid to be coached.
They were saying that he coaching too hard on them.
Man,
all right. And the thing, okay, so the thing with since we talking about Fangio, the thing with him is that everybody's talking about like Philly defense is being like Pro Bowl and everything. If you look at the roster outside like Darius Slay and Jalen Carter, it's really like a lot of rookies or like players
Zach
like that.
Swann, I get Saquon Barkley. Like
they're not big names on that defense. Like Darius Slay probably the biggest name on the defense. Everybody else is like, you know, they just play their role. And Jalen Carter, like him and Darius Slay and Jalen Carter, like the biggest name on the defense. You know, everybody else is like, you know, they're coming together. That's good coaching because you got players like Milton Williams, Jallis Hunt, even Trotter coming there making plays like Trotter Jr. So you got that's all young players, and that's all players who, you know, if they was still like Jonathan Gannon's type of system, or let's say Matt Patricia, they wouldn't be doing all this stuff. That's just excellent coaching.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I get obviously Saquon huge offseason signing, run for 2,000 yards, but Zach Baum might have been the best offseason free agent signing, and it was only for what, like 1.2 million.
Mm-hmm.
He had every right to be defensive player of the year. I know obviously that went to Pat Surtain, who deserved it in his own right, but Zach Baum balled out, got himself an interception in the game as well. But
yeah, his price tag went up now.
Yeah. But what was you saying before, Kim? Before we talked about Fangio?
Oh, you might not like this, but
oh god, here we go.
There's three things, man. So one, I can't call Andy the greatest head coach anymore.
Oh, I'm cool with that. I try to tell people that.
So that's one thing. Another thing, the dynasty. It's a dynasty, but it's not up there with like.
Don't say nothing crazy. Don't say nothing. No, I'm finna stop you. That's bullshit, bro. That is revisionist
hold on,
history.
Damn, let me finish, God. Oh.
No.
I was about to say it's not up there with like the Bulls. It's not up there with the Bulls.
Oh,
like,
okay. I thought you were about to say some football teams. Bulls,
no. It's not up there with like the Bulls, like the Showtime Lakers and shit. Like you know, like what we think of like the greatest.
She said, "I can't."
So that, and then I don't know why everybody's saying this, but I can like get why they're saying this about the whole Mahomes not the GOAT anymore. Like he's not on Brady's level and shit like that.
I feel like
I get what they're saying, but it's like you can't really say that right now because he's headed to that way. But I will say, let's not put him there just yet. Let him let him go catch like the Joe Montanas, the Peyton Mannings, those type of quarterbacks first. Because he still has to catch those guys. I feel like the Brady, I feel like it'll come over time. I don't like me personally. I was like, how I feel about LeBron and MJ. Like I don't think he has to like get the rings, but if he comes like damn near close, then But hey, look, he's 3-2. First 5 Super Bowls. Brady was 3-2. I will say 2 blowouts. That's tough. That's okay, gonna be.
I get the 2 blowouts. I definitely understand the argument, but check it. I just hate the fact that we giving Tom Brady credit because he lost by 3 points to the Giants, who were a wild card team. Y'all know how big of a favorite they was in that Super Bowl?
13.5.
Yeah.
I get it.
And you only scored 14 points. Like, you were supposed to be the greatest team ever, and you went in there and choked. Like, whole offense was supposed to be, bombs away, fireworks. 13.5-point favorites, and you lost to Eli Manning. Then you did it again. But I get it. Mahomes' 2 Super Bowl losses have been really bad. Tampa Bay, I think he played well. That was just the line was truly shit. This one, the line was shit, but so was Mahomes. Like once we went to, what was it? I think the 4th possession, and we still only had 1 run carry. I knew it was over, and that's classic Andy Reid bullshit right there. That's what I be talking about. That's the Andy that got bad clock management, don't know how to run the damn ball, especially when, like you said, they getting pressure with 4. So once we not running the ball, they just pin their ears back and attack every single time. They should have handed the ball off, let Mahomes get, comfortable, get his nerves out, and, try to get some fluidity within the offense. But here's my problem with all the dumbass, fans and media takes this week. So first off, I just want to say, unless you're Swann, who is an Eagles fan, the Bills Mafia, who they, Bengals, whatever. Not you, Cam, but I've heard a couple Texans fans, Ravens fans, not so much, but some of them too. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This is not y'all's win. Excuse my French, but I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up.
Man.
That is
y'all, that again,
y'all,
bro.
If y'all are cheering like this your team that won. You are the most bitch made ass fan. Shut the fuck up, please. That's not how this works. Your team could not get to this spot. Buffalo 4-0 sweep on your fucking ass. Y'all fucking suck. Josh Allen, not that guy. All right. Joe Burrow, it was 4 fucking years ago. He ain't made the playoffs in 2 years ago. Shut the fuck up talking about y'all the best. Lamar, you got all the fucking weapons in the world, and I love you to death, but you still can't fucking perform when it matters. So if you a fan of them teams and any other goddamn team in the fucking NFL, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, please. Y'all some bitch-made ass fans with some miserable ass lives. Half of you won't even see your team win jack shit, and we gonna keep it a fucking buck. You gonna be in the grave before you see your team win a fucking title. And you talking about the Chiefs, who are one step away from fucking three-peating the first time in NFL history. Ain't no NFL team that went back-to-back ever made it to the fucking Super Bowl. So now we getting into this LeBron Jordan bullshit. How the fuck is it better to lose in the first round than it is the fucking championship round? Ask me, do that make fucking sense? Does that make fucking sense? No, it don't. Dumbass motherfuckers talking about that all over the internet. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, you stupid bitch? Come on now. Talking about, oh, Mahomes got blown out. Y'all know Joe Montana, once he won his first 2 Super Bowls, went 3 years. Lost 49-3, 24-3, 17-3. 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in his next 3 playoff games, all in the wild card. Sent that ass home. Brady, when he was trying to go for his back-to-back, lost to Jake fucking Plummer. Half these people who watch football don't even know who the fuck that is. If I say that name again, y'all don't even know what team I'm talking about. Denver Broncos, in which Brady threw 3 fucking interceptions and got mollywopped. So I'll say this. Mahomes, we got to take a break on the GOAT talk. But we're not finna sit up here and like he didn't just have the greatest fucking 7 years of his life. In anybody's life for to start their NFL career. 5 Super Bowls, 7 conference championships, 3 Super Bowl rings, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, two regular season MVPs, a couple All-Pros, and an Offensive Player of the Year. What the fuck are we really talking about? Nobody's resume comes fucking close. So now what it comes down to, but we'll have to listen to the bullshit for the rest of the years if it don't happen. Mahomes has a 5-year grace period because Brady did not get his 4th ring till he was 34. Mahomes is 29. So yeah, he can't be the GOAT just yet, but like you said, now we just got to let this shit play out for the next 10 years if he plays that long. Because if he does, like say, okay, we're not going for the 3-peat. I don't know. I don't really think we're going to be back next year. It's hard to make 4 Super Bowls in a row. Unless you're Bills Mafia and you fucking lose all 4 of them, you trash-ass motherfuckers. Bitch-ass fans. But anywho, say we don't make the Super Bowl next year. Okay, cool. What if he then goes back to the Super Bowl another couple times, wins 2? Now he's at 5. When he get back to the Super Bowl, another one, but he lose. He 5-3. Another one, 6-3. If he do that within the next 8 years, 3 Super Bowls, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like I said, Brady went through the same shit, but the only difference is now social media is big as shit. We got all these dumbass kids, Generation Z on this whole. Everybody trolling. All these media outlets just want the biggest fucking hot takes in the world. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. When Brady lost that 2nd Super Bowl to Eli, every article the next day was, damn, Brady's never going to reach Joe Montana, and here's why. His career is fading. And then what he do? He tapped into something else. And look, he got to prove it, but I'm a say it with my whole fucking chest. The next 10 years, Patrick Mahomes makes it to at least 3 more Super Bowls guaranteed with at least another 2 wins. Don't act like everybody's like, oh, the dynasty is over. Dog, I'm not saying he about to keep up the 7 AFC Conference Championships in a row, but that's all he fucking knows is an overtime loss in AFC Conference Championship. That's the worst season he's had. With whatever team you want to throw out there, Tyreek, old Kelsey, wide receiver room that can't catch, no defense, got a defense, no line, got a line. It don't matter. It don't matter. So for right now, he got a lot to do to catch Brady. He still got to get 1 more to really eclipse Joe Montana. I put him over Peyton because Peyton did the same damn thing, 43-8 versus Legion of Boom, and that was the year he threw 55 touchdown passes.
I can't put him over Peyton.
He 2-2 in the Super Bowl, and he wasn't a playoff performer. Peyton Manning was goated, but you got to do it in the playoffs.
The stats just not. It's not there yet. Like it's not there yet. I can't do it. You can do it. I'm not.
I respect it, but So what do you got to do? Win one more? Are you saying you got to get more? Because Peyton only got more MVPs at this point. He
Yeah,
already got more Super Bowls.
we gotta let him like keep on building, man. Because I mean, the regular season it wasn't good either. Like, let's say like he keeps having this type of like regular season stats, but he do get to the Super Bowl, and let's say he win like one or two, then maybe. But like, it's like the stats are like is but it was all about winning. But
Well,
I don't know, man.
it. But this is the thing. So we say all that to say, what do we just compare Mahomes to? Brady, Montana, and Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Arguably 3 quarterbacks on the QB Mount Rushmore.
No, he's there for sure.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, we just said that. Okay. Yeah. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Baltimore. Shut the fuck up. Because y'all trying to compare y'all QB to Mahomes, and we trying to compare Mahomes to the great. It's a whole nother fucking level. And trust me, at least 2 of them probably not getting Super Bowls within their career the way this AFC is shaping up. And then you got the dogs on the other side of the NFC. Philly not going nowhere. Jaden Daniels looks like a motherfucking dog. Hey, Jordan Love might turn into. It's not guaranteed. Everybody's like, oh, next year we deserve it. Only one team gets to go to the AFC. So one of Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati. If the Chiefs don't make it back, y'all gonna be home once again with no fucking championships. Once again. So what are we really talking about here? Y'all had to wait 1,106 days to take your victory lap because the Chiefs finally lost. Whole time for the past 3 years, we've been putting belt to ass on all of y'all with a back-to-back Super Bowl to cement the dynasty. Y'all will never, your quarterbacks will never do that at all. It just is what it is. It only happens once a generation. Y'all not getting that. So I know Joe Burrow want them to sign T. Higgins and sign Henderson. That owner is dirt poor, bro. He's cheap. You can't afford them. That's not happening, Cincinnati. I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson, 2 MVPs, probably should have got a 3rd this year. But for whatever reason, he just choke up and nut up in the clutch moments. Josh Allen, oh, poor Josh Allen. His team just keeps letting him down. Well, if they keep letting him fucking down, he's not going to win a ring. And y'all just going to be the saddest motherfuckers with every excuse in the goddamn world when it's all said and done. So that's my piece on it, man. But like I said, credit to the Eagles, credit to Swann. Y'all did y'all's damn thing. Team whooped our ass. Mahomes was seeing ghosts from the second possession on. If you're not an Eagles fan, don't say shit to me. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not even going to respond to it. All these motherfuckers in my messages trying to troll me. Who the fuck is your team again? Have you seen your team win shit? No. Yo, team some losers and you a fucking loser. Get the fuck out of my up, man. I don't argue with people who not in my fucking tax bracket, man. Come on now.
Hey, I do want to say shout out to my boy Nuke, man.
Hey, I told you the fade. The fade.
Yo, shout out to you also. Man, I swear, like everybody was like, why the hell would you put Hop in there? I said, cause my dog, I got a friend that's a Chiefs fan. He said they've been working on that shit, and I told you
they've been working on it. I wish they would have went to it earlier, but they've been doing that every single game in the playoffs. It just hadn't worked. But shit
was so crazy though, because before that, Marquise Brown caught a touchdown, but it got called back because of Juju. Because of Juju, and Nuke was in the game. I was like, what the fuck put Nuke in? And they put Nuke in. I was like, oh, it has to go to him. It has to go to him. Back shoulder. Boom, right there.
Crazy. So if y'all was paying attention to the Twitter page, we tweeted out our picks for the Super Bowl. I actually went on the money line. Money line had a little what's it called? The little mic session on Twitter. The space. We had a Twitter space where we're giving out Super Bowl picks earlier in the day. And I hopped on. I was like, y'all, one pick I got, I'm telling you, plus 450 Nuke touchdown. Like I literally gave the exact. I was like, we're gonna throw a fade ball to him one time. I know it. I didn't know it would be in garbage time when it's already over with. But I was like, we're gonna throw it one time if we get in the red zone. Luckily, he caught it. Cam cashed out his prize picks. It helped us get a winning day for the pod. We ended the season on a winning day, barely, but a win is a win, man. I'll have to tally up everything for the whole season, but your boys cashed out big this year, so we'll see y'all again next NFL season to do it all over again. But yeah, man, it was not the best Super Bowl for me. Great Super Bowl for Swann. Definitely, excited for the 25-26 NFL season. Now we gotta go like 6-7 months without football, man.
Man, baseball coming back, man. Make my bread.
Baseball cool. It's just not the league, man. But we got NBA All-Star Weekend coming on this weekend. And then next week we will be back with our first NBA pod after the All-Star break. Give some predictions there. Talk some hoops. Our guy Chris will be back on. I know y'all miss Chris. Chris hasn't been on in a good little minute, but he will be back on next week. And we're going to talk it up for some NBA. Because, I mean, his OKC boys hooping. Shea, I think I saw today, he like minus 600 odds for MVP right now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Hey, he's leading them. I mean, I think really like no knock on Shea, obviously, because he a dog. But it's just like they tired of giving it to Jokic. He do too much. He do too much. And if Thunder got the number one team, yes.
Right. Did y'all see what he did yesterday?
That fadeaway three.
Aiden just looking like
with 23.9 on the shot clock, and he got to throw it.
He just makes it. It's like, how do you even defend that?
How you guard that, bro?
How you guard it, man?
And I'd be so pissed off as a defender. You can't do nothing but laugh at that because you can't do nothing. Like there's literally nothing you can do. Aiden like 7 foot himself, hands up, everything. It did not matter whatsoever, man, whatsoever. But I need to catch my breath after my rant. Once we come back from this commercial break, we're gonna get into our top 5 QBs headed into next season, and this one should be good. I know I had them text me their top 5. Made some graphics, so I know who all got top 5, but they haven't seen each other. So this should be some pretty good discussion. But we'll get to that on the flip side of the break, man. We'll catch y'all after.
You're watching the I Need It Sports Podcast Show, your go-to spot for everything NFL. Going live on Sunday evenings and recording episodes every Tuesday night so you can catch the latest game breakdowns and hot takes leading into the upcoming NFL week. Missed the action? No worries. Check out segment clips on Wednesday through our YouTube and TikTok and catch the full episodes dropping every Thursday morning on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts at INISPOD. Follow us and stay in the game all week long. I need it.
And we are back. Like I said, top 5 QBs headed into the 2025-26 NFL season. And before we start it up all the way, I just want to let y'all preface. What did y'all base y'all's rankings on? Like, what all went into it?
Mine's going from my guy has a combination of individual career like accolades on top of how they finish off the season.
Okay.
So it's like a mix of both. And like what have they done so far in their careers as well? It's like all 3 in 1.
Okay, what about you, Cam?
Accolades and eye test.
Accolades and eye test. Okay. Did team success like weigh anything? No team success. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Well, that being said, man, let's get into this. Oh man, this should be interesting, man. Hey, let's talk this out. Don't hold nothing back. This is gonna be interesting, man. So up first, I think we got Cam up first, man.
All right.
Yeah,
So
this
is Cam's top 5 quarterbacks headed into next season. So I want you to take us through.
Solid, bro.
I want you to take us through number 5 through number 1, Cam. Make your case.
You looking like, bro, this is solid, bro. This is perfect, dog. This is perfect. All right, so you see at 5, man, you got Joe Burrow, man. You know, he a 2-time comeback player of the year. That's his award, man. That's his award. So, you know, you got him at 5. You know, you got all the touchdowns and stuff like that. He hasn't been all pro at all, so that's why he can't be right there. Well, that's one reason why he can't be right there. Eye test, you know, he got the eye test. He can make every pass. He can make every read. Take care of the ball. So yeah, got Burrow at 5. At number 4, got the man, the myth, the legend, Jalen Hurts. You know, do got a ring. I'll give him that. He got a ring. He got Super Bowl MVP. Now, Swann, don't get mad, bro. because I had him out of the top 10. So it took a shit ton out of me to put this man at number 4. I'm just letting you know that
What
right
more
now.
do you have to do?
Goddamn. It's really just the eye test, honestly. Like, he's good, but it's like,
What?
he good, but it's like he good. I get it. He's good when it matters. He's good when it matters.
What?
He's good when it matters, bro. He's good when it matters, man.
I'm gonna give a stat to help you out, Swann. You know Jalen Hurts is 1-0 versus Joe Burrow. Think 2-0 versus Lamar, 2-2 versus Pat, and I think 1 or 2-0 versus Josh. He's 22-1 in the last 2 seasons versus the AFC. For people who be like, "Oh, the AFC is too tough. He wouldn't make it." He's 22-1. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all go back to it.
I would like to see his stats.
You saw it.
No,
He beat Lamar last year.
In those games, I would like to see like
He beat Lamar. He outdid Lamar. That game he threw more.
I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Oh, what?
Okay.
But look.
Okay. Let me ask you one question. Would you be willing to admit that both Jalen Hurts' Super Bowl performances are better than anything Lamar or Joe Burrow or Josh Allen's playoff performances have been?
Yeah. Well,
Because the first Super Bowl he
I don't
outdid.
know about Josh.
That first one he outdid. He outplayed Mahomes.
He
Okay, hold up.
That first one he did.
By
Look at the
counting numbers, yes, but Mahomes had a better QBR and rating. He
I'm
did
talking
what
about
he
the
had to
numbers.
do.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the actual numbers. Besides that fumble he had, the only thing Jalen really messed up on was the fumble.
I'll give you that. Like, he did, in my opinion, he played better than Mahomes both Super Bowls, whatever. And the first one, if he didn't fumble, hey, we don't know what would happen. So we don't know what would happen. But yeah, bro, I think 4 is perfect. Y'all tweaking, bro. 4 is perfect for a guy who
I'm not mad at it.
He has no All-Pros. I think he's like 1 or 2 time Pro Bowler or whatever. It's just the eye test, really. I don't see him as much better than these other 3 that's ahead of him. Honestly, too, the eye test, he really not really better than Burrow. But he has the ring. He has the ring with the Super Bowl MVP. So he's at 4.
Okay.
He's at 4.
I'm gonna ask a question when Swann go, but go ahead, go to 3.
All right, so 3, we got Josh Allen. Hey man, he keeps losing to the same guy. I understand that. He just got an MVP. I think he was
DEI MVP.
I think he was All Pro like 1 time, maybe 2. I think once though. I'm gonna have to go back and check again.
He just got his 2nd this year, I believe.
All right, so he was All Pro, 2-time All Pro. That holds a lot of weight. In my opinion. I think he was like a 2 or 3 time Pro Bowler also. He passed the eye test over those 2 guys that's under him, in my opinion. He just keeps losing to one guy, unfortunately. Number 2, we got LJ. Other than Patrick Mahomes, Lamar is probably a 2nd or 3rd ballot Hall of Famer if he retires right now. He probably is. He has all the accolades, whatever.
He might be first. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he got 2 MVP.
He might be first. I don't know, but look, it's really just the playoffs when it comes for Lamar. We know what he can do in the regular season. He's that guy in the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, it's time for him to make a pass. Hey, but I think the eye test and on top of the accolades and other stuff, I feel like that outweighs those other 3 guys that's behind him. And then that one, I don't even got to talk about him. So
okay, that's Cam's top 5 heading into next season. Let's swing it to Swann. Here we go.
Hey man, we got the same list, bro. We got the same list. We have the same list, bro.
No, we don't.
Take us 5 through 1, Swann.
All right, so number 5 with Josh. Josh got that Joel Embiid MVP. Let's start there. It's the here damn MVP. Let's start there. Josh, he's really good. He's very talented. He's a difference maker on the Bills. But I feel like he's more of like the Jim Kelly of these QBs right now. You know, can go like he can go take you. He only can take you as far as he can. And people saying like, oh, well, he can do more without step and everything. And like I was saying earlier in the season, I said him not having these receivers only could do so much until he's gonna finally expose him, and it did. He still did have a good game, but it's still Josh at the end of the day. Everybody was getting on Jalen Hurts about the turnover machine when they realized they had the same exact numbers. Josh got a better arm, but they literally had the same turnovers. They both had 30 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. Like what more? What else can I do? 18, not even say interceptions, just turnovers in general, fumbles and interceptions. They had the same exact numbers. People saying, "Oh, Josh don't have no help," but Jalen, he's making decisions when his O-line wasn't even blocking for him. But I'm gonna get to that later. But Josh was making the same illiterate throws, and Stephon Diggs yelling at him. And Stephon left, did his thing. And so he was playing better, but he barely threw the ball. He was running more, trying to be Superman of the team. And only Superman goes, because at the end of the day, Superman still got that same kryptonite who's number one. So that's all I'm going to say. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow he had arguably probably like one of the best years as a QB this year, honestly. Like going for like over 4,000 yards, all the touchdowns. He had a really, very successful year this year. Obviously, he couldn't do much because the defense couldn't get no stops. He couldn't get nowhere. But with Joe Burrow, I feel like a lot of Bengals fans, sorry, A-League, y'all hold up to that 2021 season so much. And it's like y'all have not moved on since. Y'all kind of sound like the Cowboys in a sense. Cowboys hold on to that last ring in the 90s, like thin hair, and it won't get past.
They're not even holding on to no ring, bro.
And have not improved. Yeah, have not improved. Y'all Russell Sinsky. Y'all done lost Joe Mixon. Y'all done lost Tyler Boyd. Y'all done lost Jesse Bates. Y'all done lost so many players who helped y'all get to that point. Y'all couldn't go back. And like it's a stat that says once you lose your first Super Bowl, you never go back. And if you go back, you never win again. And I'm gonna get to that. That's the reason why I have this list for an exact reason. Joe Burrow is one of the QBs who lost his first Super Bowl and have yet to win back. I'm just saying. Number 3, Lamar. Lamar is obviously, in my opinion, probably one of the most talented QBs out of everybody's list. Outside of Pat Mahomes. Like he has the running, he has the throwing, he has everything. We've seen it since his days in Pompano Beach in Florida. However, he's a regular stat merchant. I hate to say it. When it comes to playoffs, when things matter, he only started turning up the second half. You cannot be a one-show pony only turn up in the second half. I know everybody getting on Mark Andrews and this and that about him dropping the pass. I get that. But in the first half, Lamar was playing poor. And it's been years him doing it. Last year was really worse because he had the up. All he had to do was run the ball last year, but he won't listen to the media and throw. You can't do that. You gotta play your game. If you listen to everybody, that's how it affects you. That's why I have him at 3. He's like I said, 2-time MVP, first ballot Hall of Fame, without a doubt. But that regular season only could do so much. That's another Jim Kelly right there. Number 2, like I said, the GOAT, Jalen Hurts. This is the reason why I'm saying this.
The who?
What am my GOAT? You don't have to be your GOAT. He'll be my GOAT.
He said that's my GOAT.
So let me break something down to you real quick, Cam. All right. Like I said earlier, no QB ever in NFL history has lost their first Super Bowl and made it back. And if they made it back, and have yet to win. None. Jalen Hurts is the first QB out of 19. 19 QBs. He's the very first one to go back, and he did in a 3-year span. On top of that, usually when QBs lose their first Super Bowl, they don't go back until like maybe 5 years later. He did it in 3, and he won. I know everybody's saying the defense did their part. Don't get it wrong, but did the defense put up 30 points? No, they put up 7. That was a pick 6. He put up. First of all, let's go through this. Everybody talking about Saquon carrying the season. Is that Saquon had a phenomenal season, without a doubt. Arguably the best running back season we've seen in a long time since Barry Sanders. Without a doubt, Barry Sanders, AP, all of that. Without a doubt. We already knew the Chiefs was going to game plan him. We already said it last week. What did Jalen Hurts do? Everybody saying, well, Jalen Hurts, he got to throw the ball and this and that. That man threw a 69-yard dot to Devontae Smith, man. He threw a dot. He threw a dot to AJ. He threw a dot to him. Threw a dot to Gardner. He had everybody fed. That first dot was to Jahan Dotson, who haven't done nothing all season. He hadn't done anything all season. He had him look like an all-pro. out in 2 plays. Everybody his prop was at 2.5 yards. He cashed that in 1 catch.
One catch.
Like, come on, bro. That man Jalen, man, he know how to feed people in. Like, and then, like I said, we all put this list on. This is why I come to this. All 3 of them QBs have yet to be Pat. Joe Burrow, of course, he beat him in the AFC Championship. We get that. But when it matters most, they have not beaten him. The Bengals are holding on to that 2021 season like their life depends on it. Bro, things have changed a lot since then. They probably like the one few teams who have not changed their rosters. I'll give everybody else credit. They improved their roster surrounding with more talent, with Lamar getting Derrick Henry and, you know, Josh Allen getting some better offensive coordinator and Joe Brady. I get that. But the Bengals have not done anything but got worse and got cheaper. Even the Chargers improved, and they ain't going nowhere. I can't do that. Like I said, at the end of the day, Hurts did what a lot of QBs couldn't do in NFL history. And he done did this. Matter of fact, since him being a starter for 4 years, won over 40 games, over 17,000 yards passing. He done makes the Super Bowl twice, all pro. Won one, lost one, get that. Pro Bowl. He did all them stats. And he's literally in top. I know everybody talking about the push, but regardless, stats are stats. He's still in the top 5 of rushing touchdowns, regardless of how you look at it.
Yeah.
You gotta get that man his props.
I mean, Josh Allen be doing the same damn thing.
And Josh Allen doing the same thing, and they couldn't execute it. They couldn't even get past it. And then everybody talking about, oh, the Eagles gonna use a lot of tush push in the game. They only did tush push one time, and that because Jahan Dotson was a knee short on the touchdown. They only did it one time. Everything else, Jalen was scrambling, looking like Lamar scrambling. He ain't as fast as Lamar, I get that, but he was scrambling, getting him yards, and he actually slid instead of taking a hit.
You got a very compelling argument.
Pat Mahomes number 1, they ain't got to be explained. We already know. Best QB of this generation. They ain't got to be explained. But that's my list, man.
Okay. Well, we all 3 had different lists. So next up, it's me.
Oh, my God.
All right, man.
You too. Jesus Christ.
So here we go, man. So Joe Burrow, like we said, he's been skating for an AFC Championship win over Mahomes for 4 years now. I just want to ask the audience and y'all one question. What's the most memorable Joe Burrow playoff game?
They gotta be the Chiefs one.
Was he that great that game?
Nope, he made winning plays.
He made win, but he wasn't that great. But like I said earlier, Jalen Hurts Super Bowl performance memorable, right?
Yeah.
Josh Allen that year in the wild card versus the Patriots, where he had the perfect passer rating. You know, when he played the Chiefs in the 13-2 game. Those are memorable games, right?
Yep.
Joe Burrow has no accolades besides 2-time comeback player of the year. That is the weakest award ever. He's got no all-pros. And let's just keep a buck. He just had his first great regular season. He was truly great this year. I'll give it to him. But other than that, he's either been injured or his years have not been that great. And he's got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. People keep talking about, oh, his line. It do not matter. Because y'all can't then boost him up because he performs and be like, oh, he performs with a bad line. And be like, oh, no, he's been bad because he's got a bad line. No, you can't slide the fence like that. So Joe Burrow got no accolades whatsoever. And he, you know, when he beat Pat, everybody's like, oh, he's got to be QB number 2. Okay, that's all fine, Danny. But he's pushing number 5. And honestly, give it another bad year and say CJ or Jaden have a great year, he's out of the top 5. We got to keep a buck. That's how it go. Jalen Hurts. Now, I can switch Jalen and Lamar. I'm not mad at it because the argument is I use Lamar, like we said, he's got 2 MVPs. He's probably going first ballot the way his career is looking. But on the flip side, the Ravens teams have been just as stacked as Phillies teams, and Lamar has not got it done. He had Patrick Mahomes on his home turf 2 years ago now in the AFC Championship, did not get it done. This year, on the road in Buffalo, a chance to, you know, put to end any doubt with him or Josh. 2 turnovers in the first half that led to scores for Buffalo. That ultimately ended up losing in the game in combination with Mark Andrews. So I'm not mad about putting Jalen Hurts over 3 or 4. It's an A-B situation, but you got to give Jalen Hurts his credit because, like I said earlier, 22-1 versus the AFC the last 2 years. He's beat all of these quarterbacks, all of their teams, and he's performed great. Last year, that game versus Buffalo, Philly defense was awful. They let Josh Allen walk them down, and Hurts went right back down the field, walk Buffalo down. Balled out, put the team on his back. Versus Joe Burrow this year, it was 10-10 at half. I think the final score was like 37-17. Balled out, put the team on his back. Versus Lamar, when everybody was saying, oh, Ravens are back to being the number 1 team in the NFL. Walked into Baltimore, outplayed Lamar. And then for the Super Bowl, he outplayed Mahomes this week. All I want to see now is I want to see him get another All-Pro or possibly an MVP. It don't got to be an MVP, but at least another All-Pro selection. That's also something he has that Joe Burrow does not. Because, again, I say, Joe Burrow has not had that many great regular seasons. This was his first one. In 2022, when they made the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts could have been MVP if he probably don't get hurt them last 2 games. But Mahomes ended up getting it. Then he went to the Super Bowl, balled out. He had the one mistake, but he balled out. Just redeemed himself this year. So, Lamar, if you don't get it done next year, Hurts is jumping him. If Allen don't get it done next year, Hurts is jumping him. But the reason I have Lamar and Allen at 2 is because all year long, these were the MVPs and these are the best quarterbacks in the league. Okay, you want that top spot where Mahomes is? Go win a championship. There's no more excuses. Put up or shut up. I don't care. There's no more excuses for these guys. They're in year 7 and year 8 now? And they're supposed to be the cream of the crop? They got to go win a championship. They have the team to do it. They have the coach to do it. I do not want to hear Buffalo making a McDermott excuse.
And they some first-round picks.
First-round picks. And when the Buffalo wins in the regular season, like I've said all year, all Buffalo fans do is boast about it. But as soon as we get to the playoffs, oh, the whole team is terrible. The coach is terrible. Josh Allen has 0 help. He had the best offensive line in the league this year. Was sacked like 15 times. Scored the most points. Had the most 50-plus yard play. They were a great team. And they got walked down by the guy at number 1 for the 4th time. Yeah, you're only as good as your last game. And he played his worst game his last game. But like I said, earlier, without any of the cuss words this time, no man has had a greater career start than Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, he's not Brady yet. He's not the GOAT. We can have that. Brady cucks, cheering behind their keyboards right now. Like, yeah, he'll never be him. All right, you got it. You got it. Yeah, these cucks claim a Super Bowl from Tampa Bay. That's not even the Patriots. But that's how much they love Tom Brady. But Brady did not have this career 7 years in. So like I said, Mahomes got a 5-year grace period till he's 34. Let's see if he can get to number 4. And if he gets to more than number 4, he's already passed the pace to reach 7 Super Bowl wins, 10 Super Bowl appearances. I'm not saying he'll reach that, but if we're just going off the trends, he's on pace. 7 years, 5 Super Bowl appearances, 3-2. Same start as Tom Brady. Only difference is Tom Brady made his 5th Super Bowl at 34. That's it. Mahomes is 29. He really still not even in his prime technically. I look forward to seeing that next year, see how he can grow. I want to see him audible stuff. Change them stupid-ass play calls Andy called. Change them stupid-ass calls Matt Nagy called. You take over, Pat, please. If you take over, I promise we'll be okay with whatever the result is. Make the audible, call a run play, hand it off, call your own, do something. Launch the ball down the field. We got Xavier Worthy. Hopefully, Rashee Rice beat the Chargers. We get him back. We got a 2-headed monster next year. But that is my top 5 QBs headed into next season, 2025-26. Oh, man. I told y'all that was going to be good. As soon as I seen y'all texted, like, Swann texted first, and then Kim, you texted right after. And I was like, oh, they finna argue. They finna argue for sure.
I had to research my. I was like, hold on, I gotta come with some facts. I'm like, look, bro, if I don't want to sound biased, but I'm like, I definitely had the facts to back it up, bro. I had to, bro.
And I'm not even gonna lie, I really meant to put Hurts over Lamar. I would give him the edge over Lamar right now because Lamar has to do it in the playoffs, and it's like Philly's team is great. So is Baltimore's these past couple years, and he hasn't got it done. So it's really no excuse. And I want him to get over the hump, but he got to do it, man.
So I can't say they
keep sticking up for him if you're not gonna do it.
I said both teams. If you look at on paper, bro, the Ravens have more All-Pro defense than Philly. Philly just got a better scheme, and you can't say the running backs. They both got top 2 running backs. So it's like their teams are really equal. And if you want to go accolade wise, the Ravens have more accolades than Philly on paper. What players they have, from the Marlon Humphreys to the Kyle Hamiltons, the Calvin Noyes, Warquan Smith. All of them are all-pro players.
Yep.
With Philly, I mean, besides Zach Bond and Darius Slay, nobody on defense really, and Jalen Carter, nobody else on the defense really all-pro.
Yep.
So that's 3 to like 6 or 7 right there.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Just saying.
Hey, like we said,
Our defense is full of rookies, man. Can't no excuses.
We'll have to wait until 2025, 26. But as of right now, Swann and the Philadelphia Eagles fly, got all the bragging rights. Can't nobody tell them nothing right now. And next year, we start it all back over. Can't wait. But the last thing we're going to wrap up this pod with, we got to give you the way too early LJ's ladder headed into next season, man. So strap up your seatbelts, grab your popcorn, and let's get into this as we wrap up our final episode of the NFL season, man. It went by like that. What am I going to do on my Sundays now?
Man. I was thinking the same thing. I came home after the count, like, bro, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, man. But here we go, y'all. All right, y'all. So here we go. Let's get it started. LJ's ladder. Final one headed into the 2025-26 NFL season, man. It's time to get it. Now, listen. All these teams are in the QB prayer circle right now. Lord, please let us draft the right quarterback in this year's NFL draft. Because if we don't, the franchise is set back another 3 to 5 years. Raiders, Shador, maybe. Cam Ward might not drop there. Who you going to get? Cleveland, Deshaun Watson done re-ruptured his Achilles. Probably karma, if we being honest. But they don't got a quarterback. Jameis Winston was a free agent out there at the Super Bowl media asking what team should sign him. Tennessee, if y'all want to run it back with Will Levis, be my guest. But I don't think Callahan wants to do that. He hates his guts. Saints, Kellen Moore, you got a project ahead of you, boy. Derek Carr, y'all can run it back with him, but he not getting you nowhere. New York Jets just came out today and said Aaron Rodgers will not be returning to the team. And the New York Giants also have to get this quarterback pick right. Dayball, your job is on the hot seat if you don't get this one right. But that is the first rung of LJ's ladder headed into 25 and 2026. Next rung. Show something. Please. Caleb. He's fighting generational curses, but you now got Ben Johnson. Please show us the potential we thought you had coming into this year. Throw for 4,000 yards. Something. Show us something. You got the weapons at your disposal. You got the coach now. Show us. Anthony Richardson, please, for the love of God, get in the film room and get in the weight room and get on the practice field. Take this serious. The Colts invested a high draft pick in you for your upside, and he ain't been taking it serious if you've heard rumors coming out of the locker room. This offseason, you got to come in there with something to prove, or they're going to be moving on. And the Patriots, it's really no knock on Drake May. He didn't get a chance to start till the end of the season. What we saw looked a little promising, but now he's got a new coach, Mike Vrabel, trying to reinstall, that Patriots way culture. Let's see what Drake May can do. Can they go get him some weapons so he's not, throwing to nobodies and actually get him some help in his second year? Let's see if they can show us something. Next run. Eviction notice. So all 5 of these teams made some truly, truly poor mistakes. They all paid their quarterbacks way too much. Trevor Lawrence paid last year 250 M's. What has Trevor Lawrence done to deserve 250 M's? At this point, it's looking like he was the problem, not Urban Meyer. Dak Prescott, Jerry, all you had to do was not pay this man and then go into the season and accept the rebuild and get your franchise guy. No, what'd you do? Waited till 30 minutes before kickoff of week 1 to make Dak Prescott the highest paid quarterback and the highest paid player in NFL history at the age of 32. And then he suffered another career-threatening injury with a torn hamstring. He already can't run. God forbid what he looks like next year. I'm just saying it's not going to be pretty. Arizona, Kyler Murray. I mean, I want to stick up for you, but at this point, you in year 6 or something? You ain't shown nothing either. Former Heisman winner, former number 1 pick. You gotta show something. Get some dubs when it matters. Tua, oh my God, another 250. Why, Miami? Why? You set the franchise back Tua is never gonna be that guy in Miami. I'm sorry to say it. The quicker y'all can get rid of him, the quicker y'all can, start the actual rebuild and be great. But Tua will never lead Miami to anything. You can book it. I said it right here, right now. And Seattle, y'all should have let Geno right back. Once he won that game versus Russ a couple years ago, and then they signed him to the extension after that year, that was the wrong move. Y'all should have just signed him to another 1-year deal and got a quarterback to learn up under him and then take his place. He was a career backup for 10 years for a reason. So this year, all these QBs got eviction notices on the door. If they don't perform, they're out of there. They got to be, because the franchise cannot be spending top dollar to get bottom dollar results. It's just that simple. Eviction notice. Next run. Here we go. No more participation trophies. Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin. I don't care about a 9-8, 10-7 season at this point, dog. Win a playoff game. Win a couple playoff games. TJ Watt, obviously, should be a Hall of Famer. One of the best, if not the best, defensive end in the league. Why is it that you never record any stats in the playoffs? That's when the primetime players got to make plays, right? Justin Herbert, you're in year 5. It can't be no more ifs, man. You got to do something. 2 playoff performances, 2 horrible playoff performances, 1 choke, and 1 complete ass whooping this year. You throw 3 interceptions on the year, and then you throw 4 in the Texans game. That just can't compute. So I'm tired of the participation trophies for these 2 franchises. They got to do something besides what they've been doing the last 4 or 5 years. But it is what it is. Next run, the sneaky South. So listen, any fantasy football players out there, I'm telling you right now, you get a top 5 pick, take Drake London. Because Michael Penix and Drake London are about to have one of the best wide receiver quarterback connections of the whole league next year. You kind of got a glimpse at it this year when they finally put him in, but they're going to be nice. London is a freak athlete, 6'4", can go up, get the jump ball, run crisp routes. Michael Penix can get it to him where Kirk couldn't. And then Bryce Young. I liked what I seen this year. Once he came back from the benching, he looks like he's headed on the right way. Can they get him some weapons? Carolina looks like they're on the path forward now. They were at the bottom barrel. They got things turned around. I know it didn't exactly result in wins as the year came down to a close, but they're on the right note. I think they're headed for a pretty good season next year relative to what they've been. And then Baker in Tampa Bay. Hate him or love him, he puts up numbers, and Tampa Bay is always in the discussion for NFC South champ. They won it 3 years in a row now, and they'll be in the discussion next year again, man. So, sneaky South. Got to watch out for all 3 of these teams, but especially Atlanta with Penix and Carolina with Bryce Young. They might end up, in a worse the first situation. Who knows? But next run, questionable QBs. Now, don't get it twisted, Denver. Bo Nix had a great rookie season. But as we've seen, a great rookie season is no indicator of future success. So, can he repeat? He's got Sean Payton. That's a big help. But he's going to have to, take a couple leaps if he wants to compete. Because as we all know, the AFC is loaded. We see all the top 5 QBs. 4 of them are in the AFC. So that's what you're going to have to go up against. And one of them is in your division. And for some media analysts who play the if game, Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback if he had this and that. That's also in your division. So Bo Nix, you got to repeat next year even better. Minnesota, it's no knock on McCarthy. We just don't know what he is. McConnell's a great coach. Obviously, we've seen what he did with Sam Darnold. But McCarthy's going to take that role next year. How can he bounce back off the MCL? And can he be as promising as what, they thought when they took him in the draft? And then Jordan Love, man. He let us down. We came into the year, had you top 10, maybe top 8. Some people were saying top 5. And I know you were a little banged up throughout the year, but you were horrible relative to what we thought. Next year, you got to bounce back. Because another QB that has been paid now. We thought, he's going to be the next Aaron Rodgers, the next Brett Favre. I don't know, man. We might have been way too early on that, so we're going to have to hold some judgment. Jordan Love, you got to come back next year balling and show us something. Next run. Window shoppers. Now, both these teams and both these fan bases will tell you, our window is still open. What did I tell y'all before this year started? Both these teams would not make the playoffs. Super Bowl hangover for San Francisco. Too much drama going on for Cincy. They weren't cut out like that. Now this year, more drama. Debo is on the trading block. They've given him permission to seek a trade. Cincinnati, Burrow is still begging his owner to sign T. Higgins and Henderson, and you still got to pay Jamar Chase, who will be the highest paid wide receiver in all of football. Why you didn't do that last offseason, I don't know. Maybe it's because you had to sell the naming rights to your stadium just to pay your quarterback who took a team-friendly deal. Cincinnati is over. The window is closed. T. Higgins not re-signing. I promise you. San Francisco, after this year, Y'all better pray to God y'all don't sign Brock Purdy to a huge extension this offseason because it's going to be wraps and y'all going to be pissed off. Keep window shopping. That window is closed. I promise you. I promise you. And when you can come back to this pod, next run, leap year. Now, CJ, you've had one great rookie season, a so-so sophomore season, but I'll still give you props because that line was horrible and you still found a way to ball out. You made it to the playoffs and won a wild card game. You now have to take that leap. You got to be able to knock off one of these top 4 quarterbacks in the playoffs to make it to AFC Championship game. You got to be able to dominate throughout the regular season so you can set yourself up and your team up for a home playoff game in round 2 instead of having to go on the road. You got to make that leap. Jaden Daniels, amazing rookie season, probably the best rookie quarterback season in all of football history, right after CJ Stroud, funny enough. But what you don't want to happen is what we've seen with CJ Stroud. So Washington, spend that money. You got a rookie quarterback, rookie deal. He looks promising. Go get him some more weapons. Go get him some more help and make that leap. And I'm not even saying they got to make it back to the NFC Conference Championship game. But go win the division this year. Because, I mean, granted, the Eagles look great. It's been a different winner every year for the past, 23 years now? So what history says is wide open, technically. Go make that leap, Washington, and then try to carry that into another deep playoff run. But both these teams are looking for a leap year in 2025-26 with their promising young QBs. Next run, last chance. Now, this is not these teams' last chance to win a Super Bowl, but this is the last chance for Harbaugh in Baltimore. You can't keep repeating this thing over and over again. They're not going to get rid of Lamar. He's paid. Harbaugh, it's been, 13 years now since you won that Super Bowl with Flacco? You have to win, like straight up, or you're gone. Because what other changes are they going to make? You're the one main component that's been there through it all. Got to win. Detroit, it's not Dan Campbell, it's Jared Goff. I think he's a really great game manager, but he just lost his offensive coordinator. 2 years ago was in the NFC Championship, choked. This year, lost to a rookie quarterback at home in the NFC Divisional. If you go backwards again, Detroit will be looking for a new QB because it's obvious you cannot get it done. Buffalo, it's not Josh Allen's last chance, obviously, but it is McDermott's last chance. If they don't win this year, McDermott is gone. It's guaranteed. He's gotta at least make it to the Super Bowl. Now, if they lose that one with Buffalo's history, he still might be gone. But there's such poverty, they might accept that, a Super Bowl loss, and bring him right on back. And then for LA, Matthew Stafford, if it don't happen this year, he got to retire, bro. It's over with. It's truly over with. Like, he's just getting too old, man. Second to last rung, man. Chapter 3. Prime Pat. Everybody on Patrick Mahomes' case. I get it. Be a prisoner of the moment. He played his worst game. We seen this happen 3 years ago. What'd he do? AFC Conference Championship, OT loss next year. Then what? Super Bowl win. MVP. Super Bowl MVP. Then what? Back-to-back Super Bowl with the worst wide receiver core in the league. Then what? A chance for a three-peat, something nobody's ever did. Veach will retool the line. We'll get some more weapons. Spags ain't going nowhere because the league won't. Nobody else in the league will take him as a head coach. So thank you. We accept that in KC. Watch Pat re-level up. And then as y'all say, oh, the dynasty is over. Guaranteed they'll be back in more Super Bowls and y'all will keep hating because he's one of one. He's on pace for the best career ever. Will he reach it? We just got to let it play out. But he's on pace. And y'all know, with him and Andy Reid, they're not going anywhere, man. Y'all said that every single year since he started. And every single year, whichever way it had to happen, they made it right back to the same spot, man. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I would be fed up too as an outside fan because your teams can't get it done. And you can't beat them when it matters the most. But watch, because he hasn't entered his prime yet. And once he enters that, it could be scary. And then finally, look, I don't reverse all the way back. But the last people to sit atop the rung, man, the Avengers. You beat Thanos, Philadelphia. Now let's see if you can run it back. Saquon already calling for the start of Dynasty, but be careful, man. Every team that wins the Super Bowl says that, but it's the reason it took 20 years for the Chiefs to do it. And before that, it was another 7-8 years when Denver did it. It is very hard to repeat in this league, and now the target is on your back. Let's see how Jalen Hurts respond. I think he's going to respond great. If he responds great, I think Cam got to move him up to number 2. I don't know, but
yes.
It's 5 and 26. That is LJ's ladder. Way too early addition. Who got to move or what y'all think?
You said what?
I said any movements, any teams you want to move up, move down.
Nah, I like everything. The whole list, I like it. I was gonna say though, the thing with the leap year, I'm really glad you said the leap year with the Commanders though, because when you have like a very good QB in Jaden Daniels, you definitely gotta get some help because you know we've seen a lot of second year QBs fall off, and I think going to this offseason, it's a lot of good free agents they can add. Because I think the Commanders got one of the highest cap spaces too. Because I think they got first of all they got to get rid of Bobby Wagner. He got to go. He can't move. Bobby Wagner got to go. He got to hang it up. I seen him in
T.
the playoffs.
Higgins alert, possibly.
Hmm?
T. Higgins alert.
That's not bad.
Jaden Daniels, one of the best deep ball throwers in the game. If he throwing jump balls to T. Higgins, oh my god.
They got to look after him. They got to look at some defense too for sure because they couldn't get a stopping for anything. But that's T. Higgins and Terry is actually not a bad combo at all. But they definitely got to look at some defense too if I was them. Especially that because I mean their best defensive player was Frankie Louvu.
True.
That's what I would do. They got to get somebody on the edge. They don't got nobody who besides Jonathan Allen, anybody who really can dominate the edge.
That's fair. But we're about to wrap up our Super Bowl 59 recap, last episode of the year, like we've been saying, man. But before we go, I just gave the way too early ladder predictions. Obviously, ain't been no draft, ain't been no free agency movements that'll open up for another month. But if you had to say two teams right now make it to the Super Bowl and who wins for next season, call it here right now.
That's tough. I don't know, bro. Like I don't know because I gotta see what people make, what free agent moves they make. Because I mean,
it's okay if you want to be biased, bro. Call them back to back.
I'm saying Philly going back off real. Because I mean, the only threat to us in the NFC, in my opinion, is the Commanders, and that's if they get like some actual pieces, if they actually listen. I admit the Commanders are the only threat to us, but I'm still gonna say we're gonna go back because our core is signed for like the next 4 years. It's like, and we got the cap space if we want to bring in like a Miles Garrett or somebody, if we really truly wanted to. So like we're good because I know Brandon Griffin hang it up, so that's more money we can spend. I think Darius Slade said he probably play one more season. We already got Quinyon Mitchell and Kobe DeJong who can take over that role once he retires. So we're good. Like we're already loaded. Like coming to that. But as far as AFC, I can't catch y'all out, but it's like it's so many teams that y'all Buffalo. It's like all that.
I think it'll be very hard for us to go back next year. But funny enough, the one team that made it to 4 straight Super Bowls was Buffalo. They just didn't win a single one.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but I'm gonna say us because I mean, like I said, NFC is weaker compared to AFC. But I mean, besides the Commanders, who else can be a threat to Philly? In my opinion, like you can't say Green Bay because they got issues with Jordan Love. The Rams have issues with Matt Stafford right now. It's like no team really stands out in the NFC besides the Commanders. The Detroit done lost everybody. It was Detroit versus everybody. Now it's everybody versus Detroit.
That's fair.
So I mean, I gotta say Philly going back.
Who out the AFC?
If it's not y'all, I'm gonna give it to Baltimore because it's gonna be Derrick Henry last year on his contract. It's gonna be last year for Harbaugh, make or break it. So if it's not y'all, I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. It's gonna be Philly and Ravens if it's not y'all.
What about you, Kim? Who you got?
Out of the NFC, I got the Detroit Lions.
Versus who?
And out the AFC, I got the hometown Houston Texans. Yes, the Lions versus the Texans. I think it's in what's it called next year? It's in San Francisco, right?
It is.
I believe it's in San Francisco. D'Amico gets to go back. CJ for his hometown or whatever. We bring the championship home, man. I think the Texans. In all seriousness, I think this has to be the all-in year. Every time, ever since Nick Caserio has been here, he has made a big splash. He has made like a big trade in the draft or something like that. He's want to make a big splash. in the draft. He's gonna make a big splash in free agency. But he gonna do it wisely. He ain't gonna mess up the money or whatever. But look for the offensive line to be rebuilt. The O line will be rebuilt, revamped. I believe we're gonna sign Diggs, and then we're gonna make a trade for. We're either gonna make a trade or we're gonna draft Matthew Golden. But we're gonna trade a receiver or we're drafting Matthew Golden. I'm calling that right now. I'm calling it right now. But yeah, other than that, man, we got our offense coordinator, Nick Haley. They say he good, so we're gonna see. The defense is there, man. The defense is set. Gotta get this offense together. If you get this offense together,
Super Bowl,
man.
I'm not mad at it. Well, for the first time in podcast history, I'm not picking my Chiefs, man. I think it's gonna be very hard to make it to 4 straight. Now, we do make it back. Oh Lord, you're gonna be sick of me. But bruh, if it's not now for Lamar, come on, bro. You get another year of Derrick Henry if he stays healthy, God willing. Great defense still. Your third year with the OC Monkey. So you got all the stability you need. I'm willing to bet they will go out and get another wide receiver. I'm thinking if they're smart, they should move off Mark Andrews and likely take tight end one over to be. I think Lamar over that hump next people and playing Detroit. And I think y'all know what I say when it comes to Lamar versus the NFC. It's usually belt to ass. It's gonna be belt to ass, and once they get up on him, Jared Goff gonna have a hard time bringing them all the way back. So I think Lamar finally puts all of his, haters or whatever you want to call them to bed. He can't get it done when it matters the most. He can't get it done in place. I think he finally gets that straight. But pending Rashee Rice's criminal case, Patrick Mahomes winning MVP next year, dog. He about to throw for 5K again. What y'all seen at the end of that bowl, that's what we finna get back to. Enough is enough. We finna retool the O-line so we got time back there, and he finna launch that bitch again. Xavier Worthy's a dog. Rashee Rice is a dog. Hopefully we get another third, bigger wide receiver, hopefully younger. And honestly, if he can fall to us, Cam, I need your guy, Gunnar Helms. I need him. He's too nice. He's too nice. We need a tight end replacement. I love my boy Kelsey, but he's on his way out, and he can be a mentor to him. Noah Gray's obviously good, but he's not, the replacement for real. We need to go get another tight end and hopefully another running back. I love my guy Pacheco, but we need another running back that's a home run hitter. And when he breaks one, he can really break one with his speed. So that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, I got Ravens dub in San Francisco for Super Bowl 60.
This is the draft class to get a tight end. Also, there's some good tight ends.
There's some great tight ends.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. We won't be talking football until probably like August time frame. So if you were an NFL fan that tuned in all year, we appreciate you. We hope you cashed out, told our best all year. We were bringing you winners every single week. But now we about to flip it to NBA season. We'll be back Tuesday, same time, with our guy Chris, talking NBA post All-Star break. And man, we got a lot to talk about because it's getting good now, boy. We got Cam, a Luka fan now. We got Swann, an AD fan now. Hey, Swann, at least your football team won it in case this just goes. Basketball team. Because they said AD might be out for the season potentially if he need a surgery, which is, oh my God.
Nico better have for me. Nico better have for me, bro.
I still don't understand it, man. But we appreciate y'all if y'all listen all the way through. Your kids from the neighborhood. Signing off, Bryce, my dog Swann, Super Bowl champ, Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, rep the belt one time. And my dog Cam. I Need It Sports Podcast, and we out. Peace. I need it.